everyone, my name is Brenna from the Edison Writing Center, and today we're going to discuss how to create a survey through Google Drive. So when you start your project, you're going to begin at your home screen, and you can click New to create a new project. So what's awesome about Google Drive is that you can create many different projects, but today we're going to focus on how to create a survey through Google Forms. So you can go down to More and slide over to Google Forms, and then click OK. So now you can start creating your survey. First of all, I think it's important to note who your audience is. And so what's great about surveys is that you can use them for a variety of classes, including an advanced composition class. You can use a survey for a writing center conference, or maybe even a math class. Overall, it is a very effective way to display data visually and communicate data to your peers and teachers. So when you're first starting your project, you want to consider the title, and you have to think about who your audience is again, and consider, if I'm sending this out on social media or through email, what is a good title that is going to show off the purpose of your survey. And so I'm going to create a survey along with you to show you all of the different features, and this survey's purpose is going to be favorite ice cream flavor. So in this survey, we're going to figure out Edison High School's favorite ice cream flavor. And so that is a great title for our survey, because right when someone sees it in their inbox or on social media, they will know exactly what kind of survey they're answering. So next, this is your form description. And so what's great about that is you can provide any further information on your survey. So you would just want to talk about the purpose again and explain it. So Edison High School's favorite ice cream flavor. So that is what we're trying to figure out in our survey. So we're going to put that as our form description to provide any further information on our survey. So next, effective questions are very important because we want to create clear and concise questions so that we can collect accurate information. So if you have a confusing question, it could hinder you from receiving the most accurate data. So we're going to want to try to avoid creating a confusing question. So try to be simple, try to consider your audience again and the kind of understanding that they would have, and just try to adapt your questions to your audience. And so for this survey, since we are creating a survey for Edison High School, we're just going to keep the questions very simple so that anyone can understand it. So our question is, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? So that is the best question for this survey. So this help text is helpful because it provides any further instructions on how a participant should answer this question. So next, I'm just going to explain the variety of question types that there are and their purposes and how we can use them in our surveys. So this text option, this text question, is great for short answer questions. The paragraph text is good for longer questions or even essay questions. It will just provide a bigger box for your participants to write in. The multiple choice is great for single answer questions. The check boxes are great for multiple answer questions. And then next, choose from a list will allow your participant to choose a single answer. Scale will allow them to rate a flavor, for example. The grid will create a table that will collect your data. The date and the time will also create a timestamp so you can see when your participant answered the question. So I think for this question, it's good to have a single answer question because we want to figure out what is the favorite ice cream flavor for Edison High School. So we just want one option. So we're going to choose multiple choice, and then we're going to type our options. So the first one will be strawberry. And then we're going to click here, and we're going to add vanilla, and then lastly, chocolate. So we have our three top ice cream flavors. And if you want to use this add other option, that's great. If you want to allow your participants to write in an answer that's not listed. Also, these advanced settings are great if you want to shuffle your questions, which means that your questions don't need to be in chronological order to make sense to your participant. And also, this required question will make the question required, so your participant has to answer the question. If you choose to not require this question, then you might not get a response, so just keep that in mind. So then we're going to look at our confirmation page, which means after they have finished their survey, these are the options. So we can show a link to submit another response, which will allow your participant to submit more than one answer, which could skew your results if you want to find one answer per student. Publish and show a public link to form results will allow a participant to see the results of the survey. And the last option is allow responders to edit responses after submitting, which will allow them to change their answers, which could also skew your survey results potentially. So next, we're going to talk about themes. So what is so great, and what is probably one of my favorite parts about creating a survey on this specific platform, unlike any others, is that you can change your theme. And so when you do this, you should click done when you're done with your survey and you've decided all of your features, and then you can hit change theme. So you can pick any of these default themes, which are great. I've used many different ones as I've created different projects. So those are all great. You can find a variety of templates for different occasions, or you can also copy a theme if you find one online, and you can also customize your theme. So there are all of these free templates for you to use, and which is great. Also, you can customize your themes if you want to, from the header image to your title, description, question, help text options, form background, or page background, which can allow you to use another image. So here's an example of that where I uploaded this image and I used that as my header image. And then also this is a default theme, so if you want to see an example of that. So next I want to show you another cool feature that Google Docs has to offer. And so let's go back to our survey, and so we can hit a summary of responses. So if we go to responses and hit summary of responses, it will show us options. But since we haven't had any responses, I will show you another example. So we go to this broad run survey, we go to edit this form to go back to the blank survey, and we hit responses. We can go to summary responses, and it will show us our data as an Excel spreadsheet, a pie chart, bar graph, number of daily responses graph, and text responses. So you can see your data in this pie chart here. You can also see all of your individual questions and your paragraph text or text answers as well. And you can see your number of daily responses and figure out what dates those were. That's very cool. And also, if we go back to the survey, you can view your responses. And so it will create an Excel spreadsheet, and you can see the timestamps of when people responded, and also it can show you the numbers, any numbers that you need to know that were gained through your survey. So those are all really cool ways that you can see how your data appeared from the survey. So lastly, one of the last things that I want to mention is how to send out your survey and how to use outreach to promote your survey. So an important thing is that you can give a link to your survey. You can also send it through an email or through social media. And so we can go to send form. And so we're going to have this link to share. We can embed the link or find a short URL. We can also share it through Google, Facebook, or Twitter, and we can also send it through email. So that's how you're going to send your survey. So thank you so much for listening. I just want to conclude by saying that if you have any questions about how to create a survey, feel free to come to the Edison Writing Center. We are open in AB lunch on Mondays and Tuesdays, and C&D lunch on Wednesdays and Thursdays. On Friday we are closed, but on Eagle Time we are open, and we also are open for an hour after school on Thursday. So if you want to contact us, you can contact us through our email at edisonwritingcenter@gmail.com, and also connect with us through social media and see if we are sending out any surveys. On Twitter, we are at the EWC, and on Instagram, we are at the Edison Writing Center. Also, we are room number C201, so if you have any further questions about how to create a survey, feel free to let us know. Thank you so much. I'm Brenna from the Edison Writing Center. Thank you.